Hi, everyone. I wanted to take a couple minutes to bring you on a bookroom tour. I've been doing this with some classes over the last couple of weeks, and it has been so much fun to invite kids into the bookroom and find out what they want. So I'm hoping by showing you today, I could update you on all the new inventory, kind of show you some new design features that we have, and to also inspire you to bring your kids in and let them have some choice and let them tell us what kinds of books they're hoping we add to the book room in the next couple of weeks. So come on in. Right, so whether you're in Google Classroom or Zoom, I've done it with both. It's easy to share your screen and invite your kids in. You can either show them the one we have, or if you simply remake this board that I've made free and accessible to everyone, you can remake it. You can make the background your own. You can only, once you remake it, you can get rid of some of the columns or the shelves that aren't right for your class and create your own bookroom inventory for them to use, or you could bring them into this one either way. So whatever you decide. What I've simply been doing is thinking about the kids that I'm meeting with, which teachers have invited me in, talking with teachers about the complexity that feels comfortable for kids to explore and enjoy on their own, and then showing them what we have. So the books are really organized by topic and interest shelves, and those are by complexity. We're trying to keep the topics pretty similar across complexity. That way you can have kids who are reading more than one type of complexity, reading the same type of book if they want to talk about books or recommend books or be in a club together. So things like traditional tales and biographies, traditional animal stories, and as much as informational stories, laugh out loud. So all different types of topics. Superheroes has been really popular. Time for Kids magazine is going to be free all summer, so I'm working on getting those added to the book room. So that's the first sort of section that you may invite kids to if you have kids who are reading in a complexity between A and L. We've also organized books by series. We know that readers read series, and the research shows if you get someone hooked on a series, lifelong readers read series because your plan is already set for you. The next book is ready and waiting. So some of their all-time favorites: Bella and Rosie, Jack and Daisy, Katie Woo, Binky the Space Cat, Pedro, all kinds of series, Princess Black. Really, it's amazing how many things are available right now, thanks to Epic and Benchmark and Pioneer Valley. I've been using, I'm trying to think, sorry, Books for Read Aloud, which I'm going to show in a minute, Unite for Literacy. So many publishers and groups are allowing us to have free access for the kids. It's been amazing. So series is one we're finding out what they're interested in, because we want to be able to take some of those series. Kids might want to be in book clubs together based on their series. You may want to introduce and read the first one aloud to a group of kids who want to be in that series, and then kind of hook them on that. So series has been a great one to show them what's available, so we can just take a few and put it in the virtual classroom library, because all of this would be too overwhelming for them to choose from. We also have genre text sets organized for kids in grades 3 to 5, like mysteries, fantasy, historical fiction, right? Things kids are interested in. We have started to curate some for content areas like social studies and some of the research kids need to do for their science standards. So again, if there's something you need, let us know. But these are some that teachers have either sent me or literacy coaches have sent me because they're working on it for their class, or people have asked me to. And I'm starting to curate for them. There have been some kids who've wanted some chapter books, some fiction chapter books for book clubs, so we did start a shelf for that. Any of these could be used for book clubs, but these are just some we put through. And those are really all the ones that we curated for kids to kind of shop and choose. These next shelves I really envisioned were for teachers, and when I curated them, I had teachers in mind. This one shelf is going to be all read aloud. Someone else has already read this book aloud with the fair use laws in mind. It's either going to be video or it's going to be audio with the pictures. So if there's a day or a week where you don't have time to be able to read aloud to your kids because you have other things planned in another content area, or you need to do some mini lessons, or you want to focus more on some aspect of them talking about a book, you could assign them to asynchronously listen to the book be read aloud and then be able to access that book and talk about it in your instruction later. So this is really for that purpose. I then curated some books that I thought might help you in planning your lessons, pulling small groups, using them for your mini lessons that you want to model for mentor text or to have conversations with them in reading. These, it's not that kids can't read them, they certainly can, but I was thinking about sort of if you were to go in the book room to find that book that you want to teach something, that's what these shelves are really for. So some of these have been curated by character trait or type. These are by themes, and some of these themes kids have helped me with, like can-do attitude, and friends who stand by you have been baskets that kids help me curate. Author text sets, opinion writing, procedural books. These are all mentor texts that you could use with your kids. So this is what we have in the virtual book room. You know that if you want to use any of these to source your classroom library, you can remake the classroom library that I shared earlier, and there's on the YouTube channel, there's all of these that show you how to create and remake the virtual book room, to remake the classroom library, and to use what's in the book room to source a Padlet classroom library or a classroom library in Google Docs. So if you want that information, check out my frequently asked questions video, and it should be answered there. So I hope this tour was helpful so you can find what you need. I hope you take your kids on a tour, and I can't wait to hear from you and them to find out what else you'd like us to add to the virtual book room. Thank you for all that you are doing to spread digital book love. Happy reading, everyone.